Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
One of the most dedicated fan bases in all of sports, Lincoln, Nebraska is home to Memorial Stadium. 85,000 strong, pack it in every time this team kicks it off. Lincoln becomes one of the most special places to watch a college football game. Definitely a bucket list item. Nebraska continues to be one of the strongest traditions in college sports. Back to you.
All right, Holly. And the Huskers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled it. Palmer, you got a #1 receiver out wide that we know they're going to force feed. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call. You doubled my best receiver. I got to go somewhere else with the football. You're going to get opportunities to throw this guy the ball. He's one of the best in the...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Might be calling a hot route. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska's had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Here's Arts to throw. Taken in on the right side by Coleman. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Now here's Manning. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come-to-Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just breaks into the open. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They're going to ride this running back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety.
There's some room. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Calandria. Finds his man down the middle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
He might want another play. To the air on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll try to get it in with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It's hard in this area throwing over this big defensive line. They've got long arms. You saw it right there, knocking that ball down on second down.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone.
Ready. Line 14. Check.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Brown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield, so a lot of soft block.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They think there's room to run to the right here. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, giving away 5 on the false start certainly doesn't help anything. Second and long coming up. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. Open space at the 25. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Calls his own number. Finding some room. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And guys with the empty backfield on second and short, might they take a shot here? Back to pass. Hauls it in. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Arch Madness. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's loose. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Running inside. It's Brown. Give him a pickup of 2, now second and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the run, it Smothers. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Finds his man.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Speeding down the left side. All the way back. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. comes the Texas offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Here's Manning to throw. Unloads it left. It's caught. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I'm about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
He'll bring it out. It's Nelson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Well, the receiver was able to make the catch on the slant throw, and then he got north right away. He creased the defense with his speed, picking up extra yardage after catching the slant.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. They're working that left side. They stop him right there. A pickup of 10, enough for the first down, and we've also taken it to the 2-minute timeout. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. Gain of 8 yards on the play is too short of the first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Huskers are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Handoff to the lone back. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. And a big return here as they finally get him down inside the 20. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Off the RPO, complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! His third touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
30. Rush.
Wants to throw on first down. Scrambling away. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Looking downfield very late in the half. It's on target and complete. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And defensive guys are taught to really work through the hands of the wide receiver. Whenever the ball's starting to come, I'm trying to smash that thing down as soon as the wide receiver's trying to catch it. If we both try to catch it, a lot of times you see those contested catches by the offensive player. Nice job by the defense, knocking it down, getting the ball moving.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Arch is going to throw for it. Under fire. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Nebraska! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can pinpoint, and that's one right there. The offense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking a pick 6 all the way to the house, that could really end up costing.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game, being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the number 8 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Hurricanes with with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor. Make it 2 in a row for that ball club after they started the season 1-1. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security. There he goes! They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Looking to pass. It's Calandria. And he was drilled just... Released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And that's not going to be a 1st down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you set up 4th down.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Hey, he looks short on that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Direct snap. Runs through a tackle. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down.
defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with the back. There's a little room there. He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Outstanding work by this defense, reading their keys, staying at home, and knocking him down for a loss.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Trying to bull his way in. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you've set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
The Cornhuskers will go for it on 4th down. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On 4th and inches, maybe rethink things just for a moment. They call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. Looks as if he's going to run it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Find some room, and that's what you want to get away from the goal line. A 5-yard pickup out to the 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it across the 10 to the 11, and a fresh set of downs and a little breathing room to boot.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. They go play action with Manning. Right on the money. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Throwing Manning. He tosses one high playing deep down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
So now it's 2nd and long. Going to work in the air, it's Madden. This one's complete.
And as a defense, you're going to give up plays, and receivers are going to make nice catches, but it's your job to limit the damage. Great job by the defense. As soon as he catches the football, they get him on the ground. Don't allow any of those big plays after the catch.
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's good! Tie ball game here in the 4th.
And they trust their kicker, and he drills it. He drills it, ties this game up early in the 4th quarter. Man, this one looks like it's going to be a great finish. We're all knotted up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And as they say, it's a brand new ball game. That field goal tied it up, and now let's see if they can put together. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Quick completion on the out route. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
The Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Making side adjustments here. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Quick completion on the out. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And the Huskers look to keep this drive humming. On the move. Picks up the 1st down. Touchdown, Huskers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
That's a huge score for this offense. And as a head coach, you love to see your team respond. Obviously, your defense gives up a field goal on the last possession to tie the game. Offense doesn't even flinch. You come out on the field, you execute, you march it down the field, you score a touchdown, and you punctuate that drive, retaking the lead and putting all the pressure back on your opponent.
he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. And now this offense needs a late fourth-quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
These corners going to give these receivers some space. Manning. This time he's got his man. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receivers. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Finds his big tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Could be an alley. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The quick out. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. The RPO, it's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the fourth with a touchdown. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He is denied, and it'll be second and goal. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. On second and goal, he carries again. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer. Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Handoff to the single running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making checks. Give to the running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. A strike downfield. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. When a defense gets a sack, you know what they want? Another sack. 3rd down coming. Nebraska uses a timeout here. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The offensive line's got to get it together, giving up a sack on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Sends it downfield, and they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
The Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. As they open this possession from their own 20. To throw, Manning unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
They get a huge play offensively, and now in this 2-minute situation, you got to think about clock management, right? When are we spiking the ball? We got to be throwing to the sidelines, get guys out of bounds, save some clock. We're trailing, but we've got a chance to win. We've just got to be smart with the clock management.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got...
Makes the catch, and he's free. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
The Longhorns come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Got to have a touchdown right here, and this will be the final play of regulation. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, a last-gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation